All right, what's up, guys? Whoa, 7 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's bring the music down a little bit here. Let's see. Let's make sure my audio is working out perfectly here before we move on. Let's see. Okay, let me check on my replay here. My bag of chips. Are there anyone out there who likes popcorners? There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, I think my audio is working very nicely here tonight. Awesome. Okay. All right, so for everyone who's just joining in now, make sure you guys read the title of the stream and the description, because we're going to be talking about NVIDIA today, right? So, or NVIDIA, whatever you guys like to call it. Okay, so first of all, we've been going over, well, the past few live streams, we've been going over the semi-sector pretty much in detail, right? And if you guys have watched the streams, or what, if you guys didn't watch the streams though, and if you guys want to be caught up to speed, just know that there is an internal rotation going on between the two leading groups of tech in the tech world, in the tech sector, right? So between software and semiconductors. And so far for the past couple of months, or maybe in the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing software taking the reins and leading the markets higher, especially for tech. Now, the reason being is that we're kind of seeing this kind of growth story theme, leaving the semiconductors and going more towards the software, who are now the beneficiaries of this current AI revolution that is powered by semiconductors. And during that entirety of this transfer of bullish sentiment, bullish momentum, and etc., leading semiconductors like NVIDIA, AMD, okay, and again, AMD is only second to NVIDIA, they've been lagging pretty hard. All right, and if you just take a look at the daily time frame for NVIDIA for past just 2 months, right? The past, well, 3 months, I would say, past 3 months, since October, the price has not gotten anywhere, and now we're right back down to early October prices. So, hey, Lovey, woohoo, I'm just back. Yes. Right, so again, welcome to today's live stream, the first stream for this trading week. But as I was saying here, it's pretty imperative that you guys understand that there's this constant rotation going on within the leading group of tech, right? And we have this bifurcation of this leading group between semiconductors and software. Now, today, I want to go over semiconductors solely, right? And I want to give you guys an insight as to the actual internal rotation that's going on within the semiconductor sector. Okay, and what that is that, well, we're now seeing the leading semis, NVIDIA and AMD, pulling back, while the other semiconductors like Broadcom, Micron, or Marvell, they're all starting to move up higher, right? Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Welcome, guys. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well if you guys choose to subscribe. All right. So, what was I saying here? Yeah. So, with this kind of movement of people more interested in stocks that are not NVIDIA and AMD and other semiconductor tickers, we've seen both of these two tickers absolutely being, well, neglected, right? It hasn't been doing anything for the past 3 months. And AMD, if you guys remember from my previous streams, I did 2 specific streams on AMD. I believe the most recent one is linked down below in the description box. So make sure you guys check it out after the stream is over. You know, for AMD, it has been lagging for this entire year since it topped out around February, right? And that's when it became kind of a diverged move between NVIDIA and AMD, as NVIDIA continued to climb up higher while AMD suffered and continued to make lower highs and lower lows. So with all that being said, so that's a very quick summary. I gave you guys a lot more details on the past streams regarding semiconductors and specifically AMD. So make sure, again, check out the 3 previous replays on my channel. Just go to the tab that says lives and you guys will see the 3 previous streams or replays of those streams in my channel page. All right, so with that being said, let's take a look at NVIDIA, okay? Hey Casey, what's up? Yeah, so I'm gonna go over NVIDIA solely. So if you're new here, what I tend to do on these streams is to look at one single ticker only throughout the night, but for today, since we're looking at kind of a broader view on semis, I will be going over some other semiconductors that have been lagging, you know, like Lam Research and again like SMCI, but I'll be going over that in a couple of minutes here. Okay, so first of all, NVIDIA. Let's do a quick technical analysis on NVIDIA, right? So NVDA has definitely made this head and shoulders chart pattern that everyone has been looking at. All right, that's a fact, right? Everyone's saying, hey, we're gonna break down because of this bearish chart pattern. Well, that's exactly what happened yesterday and today, since we had a nice gap down open and we pushed lower early morning, but we came back down to a previous breakout level of 128. Yes, we did slightly dip below it, but very quick pivot early morning, and we saw a nice push back up higher and a nice close, a fairly nice close I would say, today. And after hours, the company is moving as well. I think it's back over 131 during overnight trading, which you guys can see on Robinhood's platform as well. So again, this 128 level was a previous breakout level, and I even have an arrow here from the previous time when we were looking at NVIDIA on this nice symmetrical triangle chart pattern or wedge chart pattern that I pointed out. And this is the breakout day that we had on October 7th, and we had a nice strong move up higher, and we continued to make new all-time highs after that, right? So this 128 level is pretty significant for now, but the broader perspective is that we have this this head and shoulders chart pattern, which again, if you guys can't see it, let me just quickly draw it. Whoops, let me get my, no, I want this. No, where is it? No, there it is. Okay, so seems like I can never find my brush. So there's that left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder, okay? And the neckline is the 132 support level. Now, here's the thing. All right, so when we go back to even just a year ago, all right, let me see if I go back to, here it is. So before the stock split, all right, right before the turn of 2024 into 2024, we had this head and shoulders chart pattern as well, right? Hey Jordan, video's a little laggy for me. Let's see. You might have to reload, guys. If any one of you guys are having issues with the video or any of the audio, try reloading. Okay. Okay. So on my side, everything is okay. The audio is fine on my side. On the replay here, you might just have to reload, guys. Apologies about that. I don't know how to do that on your end, how to fix it on your guys' end, but I highly recommend that you guys just reload. Okay, and also if you guys miss out on some stuff, again, watch the replay. I've always stated this, right? Watch the replay. So as I was saying here, we had a previous head and shoulders chart pattern back in 2023, right? From summer months all the way up into the last quarter of last year. And what seemed to be a potential breakdown to the downside, we had an immediate flip back up higher, as seen on this candlestick here on October 31st. Now, if you guys remember, I've also highlighted that, noted that there could be an official market bottom between October to November. And that transition between October to November actually brought the markets to pivot, and we actually moved up higher. If you guys remember, in the summer months to October, the last day of October on the S&P 500, we had a 10% correction, right? And so NVIDIA, for the most part, held off that sell-off pretty well, but it made this bearish head and shoulders chart pattern. So that's not good, right? However, thanks to the overall market movement and the overall sentiment and seasonal strength, we saw a lot of buyers coming right back in to support the price, to not let it be below the neckline of this head and shoulders chart pattern, which was at $40. Obviously, this is the pre-split price, well, the post-split prices here for $40. So don't get it confused, guys. If you guys want to take a look at the pre-split stock chart, but again, I mean, you don't really need to do that. So here is what I'm saying here, right? So the analogy that I'm trying to allude to here is that we have this head and shoulders chart pattern that is occurring into the end of this year. And as we're heading into still a pretty strong seasonal trend for the overall market, there's a good chance that NVIDIA can also use that momentum, that overall market momentum, to the upside. Again, potential upside for a Santa Claus rally, which I've been talking about in my CFO Swing and Watch report every single week since this month has started. And if you guys don't know what the CFO Swing and Watch report is, make sure you guys check it out below. It's in the description box. There's a link down below. But it is a weekly report that comes out every single Sunday night with a full-on top-to-bottom market research and a plethora of trade ideas, both filled with technical and fundamental analysis, right? And also have some crypto picks as well here and there if I do see a potential setup for a potential cryptocurrency that I like. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram at chartsfocus1. You guys get 50% off for your first 30 days. Again, I can guarantee you guys, 100% guarantee you guys will not regret joining. Right? I really hope you guys can join if you guys need that guidance for the overall markets and for getting swing trade ideas. And again, if you guys don't have to swing trade on the specific ideas, you guys can always turn it into a day trade. Right? I've had some people say, hey, these aren't day trade ideas. I'm like, well, it says it in the title, right? A CFO Swing and Watch report. But again, those are ideas, trade ideas that can always be, adapted towards your trading needs. That is the entire purpose of the report. So again, if you guys want to gain access to this weekly report, which is very, again, top to bottom market research that I do every single Sunday night after hours of research from Friday to Sunday morning, okay, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram to gain access to the report for 50% off for your first 30 days. All right, so with that being said, NVIDIA. So this is what I think about NVIDIA, right? I think that we can be seeing a nice move back up higher. Now, today, NVIDIA unveiled something pretty important. So if you guys take a look at their own company website, their official website, okay, they released this today, right here. And this is kind of the main reason why NVIDIA is moving after hours as well and overnight too. So as it says here, from the company itself, right, NVIDIA unveils its most affordable generative AI supercomputer. Okay, this is a huge deal, right? And NVIDIA is still the leader in this space of providing chips for this AI revolution, and they're going to continue to be the leading company, right? I don't know why people continue to dismiss the fact that NVIDIA is already seeing competition. Sure, that could be true in the next couple of years, right? But again, don't misconstrue my words here. NVIDIA is still the leading company. Please understand that. All right. I've already seen a lot of people on FinTwit saying that, oh, let's take a look at a different company that could potentially knock off NVIDIA at the top. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, right? NVIDIA has the structure, right? It has the business operations to continue to be a leader. Well, maybe that might change by the end of this decade. I'm most likely thinking that. But right now, NVIDIA is not yet going to be toppled as the leader for the current AI revolution. Does that make sense, guys? Okay? So again, NVIDIA, the #1 company for the current AI revolution. That's it, right? Do not think that another company is going to topple them anytime soon. Okay? Maybe in the next, well, by the end of the decade, that could be true. All right? We have to still see it year by year. Okay, so NVIDIA has provided a price decrease right here of $249 from $499. All right, the NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano Super Developer Kit, right? And so, you know, this is something that, this is a huge deal, obviously, right? Because again, with this decrease in price, I mean, that's amazing, right? This leading company that's providing the, well, not just providing, they're powering the AI revolution, is continuously finding ways to make their products cheaper, even though NVIDIA as a company, if you guys haven't ever looked at their product line, it gets pretty pricey, right? And for a good reason, right? For a good reason. Their products are amazing. So you know, this is a pretty good article to read. I kind of want you guys to read it here as well. So let me actually send it into the chat, the live chat. So make sure you guys take a look at that. All right, I read it. Again, it's only a 2-minute read, okay? And so this is a pretty good, I guess, a pretty good catalyst, in my opinion, for NVIDIA to try to move up higher into tomorrow, since that article was published today, or is published today on December 17th by Chen Su. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's one of the employees. Right? So NVIDIA, right? So tomorrow, it has a lot of supply overhead, because if I wanted to come back to the upside and negate this head and shoulders chart pattern completely as we head into the end of this year, we need to get back over this neckline current resistance level of 132. Again, this was the neckline support level when the price was above and conforming to this head and shoulders chart pattern. Okay, but now that it's a resistance, there's going to be heavy amount of supply and sellers sitting at this level. I mean, even today, when we were made a high print of 131.59, we immediately rejected, even though we're nowhere close, but at least in close proximity to this 132 resistance level. So that clearly indicates that there is some supply here that we need to be looking out for. And if we're able to absorb that supply tomorrow, it'll be a great chance for NVIDIA to get back over 132 and have a chance and take a stab at negating this completely bearish chart pattern by continuously moving back to the upside. And ideally, for me personally, now this is just speculative now, I would hope to see NVIDIA at 140 by the end of this year. All right, 140. So I think someone asked here, oh, Casey. Yeah, so you said, I think you asked me, yeah, NVIDIA is going to hit, do you think NVIDIA is going to hit 150 again? I mean, why not, right? Why not? But I'm going to keep it a bit more realistic, since we're not in the same market conditions as we were in 2023, which again, I alluded back to how NVIDIA was also forming the similar head and shoulders chart pattern from July. Okay, well, yeah, so around, I would say late June all the way up into the end of October, and we had a nice push up higher, but that was also due to the fact that the markets were coming out of a negative 10% correction. But markets are still sitting at all-time highs, and NVIDIA is currently in a downtrend, right? I mean, I have to make that clear. We're in a downtrend. Why? Because again, we're making lower highs, lower lows, and my daily 10 and daily 21 SMAs are still curling downward, okay? And they're still trying to catch up to the price. So if you guys can't see it, right? So for anyone who's new here, I use simple moving averages. I use the 10, 21, 50, and 200. Okay, those are the only most important SMAs you will ever need. Just a little tip there. Again, I've been doing this for 7+ years, so you guys should understand that there's some experience when I say that, right? So the daily 10 here, okay, is my red line. My daily 21 is my light blue line, and they just crossed below the daily 50 SMA, and the price has also lost the daily 50 SMA last week. Okay, so that's not a good look for NVIDIA. So again, from a technical perspective, I'm just looking for a good bounce back over 132 so we can reset this current downtrend that we are in. However, as we head into the end of this year and as we head into the last half of this month, we tend to get seasonal relative strength. And again, I talked a lot about this for the past couple of weeks in my report, so make sure you guys become a member tonight to read the previous reports. All right, so with that seasonal strength that should be coming in as we head into the holiday week next week and into the very first few trading days of January of next thing, the video coming up and potentially hitting this 140 resistance level. And again, this is my ideal price that I want to see by the end of this month. Okay, I mean that's a big move. All right, that's a big move. If you guys want to take a look at the percentage from today's close around here to 140, that's over, well, yeah, it's nearly 8%. That's a big move. Okay, so for NVIDIA, I would say from a short-term perspective, it's still a downtrend. That is a fact. If you guys are disagreeing with me on that, I don't know what to tell you. That is a fact. Okay, and I'm only looking for a technical bounce back towards 140, especially if the overall markets continue to move back up higher as well. And if that seasonal strength comes in and we have that Santa Claus rally that everyone has been anticipating. Now, before I move on to the other semiconductor stocks, that tomorrow is FOMC. We had the rate decision coming out, plus Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is coming out and speaking. And I've already told my readers this and my members from the report that he could be potentially giving us a curveball tomorrow during the news conference. Why? Well, first of all, as I've already stated, and people have thrown some flack at me, but back in September, when the Federal Reserve was pointing towards having 50 basis points of rate cuts by the end of the year, I told them, I told everyone that, they're probably going to be doing 25 BP in November and 25 BP cut in December. Okay? Excuse me, guys. And so people really disagree with me, and they said that inflation is going to go crazy, right? The yields are too high, right? The bond markets are indicating that that's not going to happen. Well, in November we got that 25 BP rate cut, and now the markets are already pricing in a very high probability chance tomorrow that the rate decision will be yet another 25 BP rate cut. Why? Well, as I said months ago, the Federal Reserve is comfortable. They're confident in their actions, even with the month-to-month, week-by-week data that's coming out for the overall economy, labor market, and inflation. Okay, again, they're still going data by data. They haven't really changed their strategy here for their actions on what to do with the benchmark interest rate, or what we like to call the federal funds rate. So again, tomorrow we're going to be seeing again a 25 BP rate cut that has been on the table for a total of 50 basis points in November and December. But the curveball will be Jerome Powell saying something tomorrow like potentially giving us a pause next fiscal year, or okay, you guys remember this, write this down, or Jerome Powell will state that they're going to be potentially expecting, even though they're going through this data by data just like us, right, looking at the data, which I hope you guys are doing. If you guys aren't, well, become a reader of the CFO Swing and Watch report. Okay, he might say that they will have less frequent rate cuts, or even a lower amount of rate cuts, right? So they might just have maybe 4 or 5 rate cuts, maybe 3 rate cuts that are consisted of 25 basis points each, and that'll be very, very bearish for the markets. Understand that, all right? Small caps and mid caps will absolutely dump, and yields will surge as well. Okay, now I don't think this is going to happen. Again, this is just a curveball, right? We don't know if it's going to happen or not. But we need to be anticipating these things because we're heading into next fiscal year of 2025. And what Jerome Powell says this year will set a precedence for what we can expect from the Federal Reserve next year for January's FOMC meeting. Does this make sense, guys? Let me know in the chat if that made sense. Yes? Oh, hey, okay. I see it on the chat there, the reactions. Okay, so again, I gave all my readers, a bit more detailed version of that in the market summary of my CFO Swing and Watch report. So again, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram to become a reader tonight. And again, you guys get 50% off for your first 30 days. I'm not saying this, but all of my readers have told me that 100% they have not regretted joining and especially using that 50% off discount code for 30 days. All right, so again, I really don't think you guys will regret joining and becoming a reader. All right, so with all this in mind, okay, if you take a look at AMD now, okay, so AMD has almost hit my first target area of 122. Today's low of the day and even yesterday's low of the day was at 123.12 and today's LOD was 123.15. So literally only 3 cents apart. Now we've gotten a nice, a nice little double bottom here, very tiny one. Okay, very tiny double bottom. But just like what I said with NVIDIA, these two stocks, these two leading semis have been moving down. And again, as I've stated in all the previous streams that I've done so far, which I also highly recommend you guys to watch those replays. I did 2 specific streams for AMD only. So just go on my channel and take a look at that. And again, take a look at the description box down below. It is the very first link to I believe the second part to my AMD technical analysis. So again, watch it. Anyways, AMD has now come back down to the previous pivot point here, this low pivot point back in, August 5th. And I told everyone to expect to see a pivot around this 122 to 120 area if we do see a lower low. But based on all this bearish sentiment, just on these two leaders, AMD and NVIDIA, I truly believe that we can at least get a small bounce as we head into the last full trading week of this week, which is, again, just as a reminder for anyone that is not really looking at the dates, this week is the last full trading week of this year because next week is going to be a very short one. Why? Because it's Christmas and we have a bunch of other holidays happening as well and the markets will be closed and there's going to be a short day as well. So again, make sure you guys understand that because trading activity can potentially slow down, and that means you guys should also slow down with any type of active trading as well. Why? Because for profit protection. Hopefully that was the same answer that you guys said in your own heads. Profit protection. Okay? Alright, so AMD, as I've already stated before, I mean, if you guys take a look at the streams from 2 weeks ago, or was it, or last week, early last week? No, 2 weeks ago. You guys know that AMD was, I think, it was on the process of forming this bear flag, which I highlighted, and then we immediately broke down after my stream, a couple of days later. So take a look at that. But again, for both AMD and NVIDIA, I think some love has to come back in, right? Because the bearish sentiment has gotten too bearish so far from a short to mid-term perspective, but from a longer term perspective and from a higher time frame perspective as well, both AMD and NVIDIA are in a downtrend, right? Especially AMD. Now, NVIDIA has just begun this downtrend, but if this trend continues, we might see a revisit all the way back down to at least 115 to 120ish, around there. Okay, but again, that's just from the higher time frame perspective, the longer term perspective, and I'm just assuming that this downtrend will continue. Okay, and again, as I've stated when I first began this stream, there is that internal rotation going on within the semiconductor group. All right, and wow, welcome in, guys. Holy crap, I've never had so many people in my stream before. Welcome, guys, welcome. I think we've hit, there's 115 people in here. Holy crap. What's up, guys? Hello. If you guys are enjoying the stream, again, just to remind you guys, hit that like button down below. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys don't want to, I mean, that's your choice. Okay, if you guys don't want to hit the like button, that's your choice. But if you guys want to do, hit that like button down below, then that'll be very, very helpful. All right, and for an extra little reminder, if you guys are new here, you guys can subscribe to the channel as well. All right. Okay, so for NVIDIA, again, tomorrow I expect a retest of 132. And I've been long equity for a long time, so that's a bit of my bias there going on. But just from a technical perspective, 132, we need to get over it to have a potential potential opportunity for NVIDIA to negate this head and shoulders chart pattern. But ideally, I would love to see the price coming back up to 140 and retesting it. And that's it. That is it. I don't know what's going to happen after that. I'm being brutally honest with you guys. Okay, I'm not some sort of fortune teller. But hey, Jordan, thank you. But again, you know, I'm just expecting, ideally, this is ideally, not realistically, I want to see NVIDIA at 140 by the end of this year. I don't know what's going to happen from tonight to tomorrow, but this is my ideal maximum target that I want to see. Okay. All right. But the most important level that you guys have to be focusing on tomorrow will be this 132 level. It needs to be broken back above, and we need to absorb the supply that is sitting around this 131.50 to 132 area, this 50-cent difference here, the supply area, and we need to get back over it. That is the only thing that I'm going to be focusing on into the end of this week. All right, now Casey, if you're still here, all right, so we have other semiconductor tickers like SMCI. So this one was removed from the NASDAQ, if I'm not, or it will be removed from NASDAQ. I think it's going to be replaced if I remember. I don't know by which company. I don't know if it's by Palantir or by MicroStrategy. But anyways, that doesn't really matter. So SMCI, this one I just avoid it for now. All right, the company is still scrambling. Its financial department is just hey Casey, there you are. So its financial department it's still going crazy, right? It's in shambles. So once the dust settles down, the overall volatility, okay, again, look at the volatility for SMCI. The overall volatility will also die down as well on the weekly time frame. Remember that. So again, Casey, just forget about this for now. I mean, it seems like more lower lows are well, not just lower lows. I think. Yeah, actually, we should probably do this. Here, let me see. So we should probably form a potential double bottom in the future. I mean, I highly don't think that's gonna happen, but we should be seeing a retest of the weekly 200 SMA again, which is the reason why I've drawn this very crude chart here, this line chart of a double bottom or W chart pattern. But again, you guys get the full picture, right? I mean, so. Yeah, so SMCI, avoid it. I would say avoid it. Now, there are other tickers like LRCX or even ASML that have a lot better opportunity for you if you want to take a look at other tickers that are not NVIDIA or AMD, right? So for example, LRCX, let me just do a very quick analysis here. We have a nice level there. We have a nice support around 71.50, and then now we are seeing a pretty solid support, current support around 74.50. And today we had a nice little attempt to break out of this very tight consolidation here. There's a little wedge going on as well, if you guys don't see it. Okay, I'm just drawing very quickly here. I'm not trying to do it as pretty as possible like I do with my CFO Swing Watch report, trade ideas. Anyways. And there's another level here. So again, LRCX, okay, we have a lot of whole number levels, 79.50, 74.50, 71.50, 86.20-ish, or just $86 if you guys just want to round down. But LRCX, definitely watch out for this one. It's made a nice downtrend ever since hitting that high here back in July, back in the summer months here. This one still is consolidating, I'll tell you that right now. But I love the fact that it has been able to get back over this daily 50 SMA, this dark blue line. It has been a huge crux to any buyers here, or any bullish investors for the long or short term. And the price has continued to stay below this daily 50 SMA. But today, and the past couple of days, LRCX has been moving sideways very tightly. So this is good, right? And so today's attempt to break up higher, also accommodated by an increase in volume, is looking pretty good, right? So tomorrow, I would highly recommend you guys to take a look at this, right? Now, ASML is the other ticker. We're gonna go through this very quickly. Okay, ASML had a very nice gap up. I think there was some news. No. Okay, this is old news. Come on, TradingView. Please update your AI here. Anyways, so ASML This one has been beaten in a lot too. But if you guys don't know what this company does, I mean, they have some groundbreaking tech. And I think ASML has been a huge backbone to the overall semiconductor industry as well. But I will highly recommend you guys to take a look at what ASML is doing. Okay, and don't go on Twitter or something like that. Literally look at ASML's company's website. Read it from there, please. Okay, don't go on Finto or do anything like that. Look at the company itself and see what their mission is. See what type of products they have. What is their manufacturing process like? Because ASML is truly advanced. Like they are really advanced, right? And just like with TSM, right? Taiwan Semiconductor as well. So ASML just broke out from a very nice 2.5 month sideways price action, this consolidation, right? So it broke out of this 727 resistance level, and tomorrow I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a retest tomorrow, and I would love to see this previous resistance turning into a new level support at 727, or if you guys want to be very simple with the levels, 730.50 is fine too. I mean that's fine. It's only a $2 difference there, okay, or $3. So so ASML, another ticker to be looking at for the end of this week. So ASML, LRCX, I would highly recommend you guys to have that in your watch list tomorrow. But I will be personally looking at NVDA and AMD to see where that goes, because again, if you want to take a look at the overall semiconductor sector, guys, take a look at SMH. And guess what SMH has in its #1 holding? Can anyone guess in the chat? Anyone guess? Can anyone guess? I'll be waiting. Well, seems like no one's trying to guess. Well, it's NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA is the #1 holding in SMH. I believe it's like a little over 21%, or like 21.50% if I remember, right? So that's a huge holding in SMH, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF. And so if SMH has been able to move up due to a lot of the bullishness that we saw from Broadcom, which we got in. And if you guys didn't know, we got in Broadcom back in November. I think I executed in November 15th, I think was the exact date, if I remember. Okay, so I told the team here, the readers of the CFO Stream Watch report, to get into specifically the 230 strike call contracts that expire on September of next year, the monthly expiration date for September. And we got that in November 15th. So if you guys want to take a look at that contract, go ahead, take a look at it. Take a look at the premium history, the premium price history of where we bought it, and take a look at where it is now, or even yesterday's high of the day. You guys will be surprised the huge gains that we made so far due to my alert on AVGO. Very good week last week is what I'm trying to tell you guys, and for a lot of my members. SMH, okay, so SMH has been consolidating very well. It hasn't been doing anything since July, just like NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA has been doing anything for a long time now. And so if NVIDIA gets going, SMH will most definitely try to move back up higher, and eventually, again, as I've stated in my previous SMH stream, which was last Thursday, which I again highly recommend you guys to watch, SMH has to break over this previous pivot high point of 262.26 in order to have a full-on reversal back to the upside. But with SMH having the #1 holding having NVIDIA, right? I think it's again 21.50%. That's huge. And I think the second is TSM, and the third is Broadcom. Okay, if we have NVIDIA going up, it will continue to make the other lagging semiconductors like LRCX, okay, or ASML to move back up higher as well. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, too, SMH has like almost 4% of its holdings on. In SMH, in AMD. In AMD is what I meant to say. So I think ASML has, what was it, like 4 point, 4.15 or 4.20. And this is just from my memory here, guys. So my apologies if it's wrong, the percentages of the holdings in SMH. I think it's like 4.20 or 15, 4.20%. Let's say that for ASML, and for AMD, it's like at 4%. So again, if NVIDIA alone moves back up higher, SMH will continue to move up as well. Now, this is a little bit biased because I got into SMH this morning, okay? And I told my CFO Stream Watch readers as well, and all my private members in the private CFO Discord. So if you guys want to become a part of that, again, just simply DM me on Instagram at chartsfocus1. All right, again, my handle on Insta is at chartsfocus1. If you don't know how to spell that, well, you guys are on this channel, so you guys are watching the stream, so I don't know how you guys will not be able to spell my company name here. But if you guys have any questions, though, please let me know. Okay, so I'm a bit biased here because, again, I got a long position on SMH. I used vertical debit spreads, but if SMH decides to break up higher because NVIDIA is going to go up higher, I will be getting naked calls as well. All right. Okay, so that's kind of what I think. I think NVIDIA is ready for a big comeback as we head into the end of this year. But again, I'm not expecting a huge run, back to all-time highs, or like what Casey said here, 150, personally. Apologies, Casey. And maybe you might want to be looking for 150 personally, but for me personally, I think it's 140 could be the maximum ideal target for me from a technical perspective. Okay, this is just from a technical angle, not from a fundamental angle. So take it lightly, all right? Take it with a grain of salt, but I'm just letting you guys know my ideal maximum target for NVIDIA will be 140. Does that make sense, guys? Is that clear? Hopefully it is. All right, well, that is it for tonight, guys. Wow, we had 175 people in here at once, at one time during the stream. That's a lot of people. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Please enjoy your stay. But we're nearing the end of the stream here. Again, I just want to plug in my CFO Stream Watch report because, again, I think everyone deserves to read it. And I almost said watch because with the newsletter comes a private technical analysis video on all the swing trade ideas or any of the ideas and the overall market technical analysis as well in that private technical analysis video. Okay, so if you guys want an example of that technical analysis video, take a look at the very first video that has been uploaded on my channel. Okay, it's on ELF, right? You guys will see the title has ELF on it, this ticker here. Okay, so now, that is just the technical analysis only for this week's CFO Stream Watch report. You guys are missing out on a lot more if you guys are just trying to look at these technical analysis report videos. So again, if you guys want to join, we have a 50% off discount code for your first 30 days. And I cannot stress this enough. You guys will not regret it. I'm not just saying that. I'm being realistic here this time, not idealistic like my NVIDIA target here for 140. I'm being realistic. You guys will 100% not regret joining because you guys can literally have a learn and earn system based on this CFO Stream Watch report alone. Literally. I'm not exaggerating. All right. Okay. So I have to hype up my report, guys, because I do hours and hours of research from Friday night all the way up into Sunday morning before I type up my report, which can be 15 pages. Now, this is before we had this new edit or new format for the report. But back in, last year or even just a couple months ago, the old format provided me to have like 25 to 28 pages before. So that's a lot of research that I do for you guys, and it's a lot of time that I put in to write the entire report about the markets and to find some very, very good grade A technical chart setups for our swing trade ideas every single week. Okay, so again, if you guys become a reader tonight, right, you guys will get access to the CFO Swing Watch report and all the previous reports as well. Plus, you guys will also be able to see the CFO Swing Watch technical analysis video, okay? And you guys will become a private member of the private CFO Discord community. You guys will gain immediate access to the Discord community as well, right? So all of that for the price of one. And 50% off as well. All right. So again, that's just my plug here at the end, but I really just hope that you guys can at least give it a chance for 50% off your first 30 days. All right. Again, I really don't think that you guys will regret it. If you guys do, that's fine. You guys can let me know, and that's it. All right. We can end it right there. No questions asked. Okay. But again, if you guys want to become a reader of the report and become a member simultaneously of the private CFO Discord community, just DM me on Insta at chartsfocus1. All right. Okay, so hopefully this stream was, again, as usually, hopefully it is, applicable, useful, all right, and hopefully it can help you guys with your trading the next day, so tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys on Thursday at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if anyone is new here, the stream schedules are Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time. Again, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, for liking the stream, for subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I can see you guys in the private CFO Discord community. Again, how do you gain access to that community? You need to become a reader of the report. All right, and again, it's 50% off for the entire thing for your first 30 days. And all you need to do is DM me on Instagram at chartsfocus1. With that, have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Good night, y'all.